trying to figure out this space in social media. I am trying to figure out a way to overlap sports and culture and current events and media. I'm trying to become a great journalist and I'm trying to learn all that I can. I'm doing play by play. I'm focusing on football. I'm becoming an athlete. All these different things. And for what?
Just like a star. Cause baby girl, you shine. Just like a star. And we gon' do it big. Just like a star. And maybe get a crib. Just like a star. Hey, maybe.
Sorry. I know I went on a rant and I didn't even say hi. What's up, y'all? I'm Caitlin Leggett, your favorite journalist, digital media, all the things girly. Yeah, clearly I'm having a midlife crisis. What are your 20s for? Like, what exactly is it that you're supposed to be doing? I heard Jill Scott say recently,
you work hard in your 20s. You work smart in your 30s. You work how you want to in your 40s. You work when you want to in your 50s. And you work if you want in your 60s.
and I'm trying to learn all that I can. I'm doing play by play. I'm focusing on football. I'm becoming an athlete. All these different things. And for what? For what? But what am I supposed to be doing in my 20s? Like, am I the only one having this epiphany at 25 that I am starting to get worried that I am doing all of this hard grunt grind work and that it's not going to pay off? Like, as a person who is both religious and spiritual, and I believe that things will work out and I believe that God has a path for me, there is a part of me that's scared that I'm doing all of this work and that it's not going to pay off, because there are some people in life that it just does not work out for. And then what? And then on top of that, knowing that I'm 25, I'm in the middle of not having anything figured out and then also having some things figured out, and knowing that there is just some things that I will only be able to appreciate now. Like now in this very moment. I will not want to have broke fun at any other point in my life. So I have to do it now. There are all of these experiences that are for young and whimsy and this fruitful life that I want to live. And some of the things are made made supposed to be done when I'm in my 20 somethings. Like spring break, right? Spring break in Miami is a college experience that I will not experience after college, right? So I was really pressed my senior year of college. Like, I have to do spring break in Miami because I'm not going to do it in any other time. I'm too old. I can't be out there. Now I'm having this looming feeling that I'm doing all of these different things. I'm trying to figure out this space in social media. I am trying to figure out a way to overlap sports and culture and current events and media. I'm trying to become a great journalist. I guess a midlife crisis because I'm only 25. But I'm still trying to figure this out, and I feel like I go through this every 6 months. And I work in a business where we work on contracts, and especially in your earlier years as a journalist, as a news reporter, you are working on very short contracts, so 2 to 3 years. So you have 2 to 3 years to get everything that you can out of that role. You're learning, you're embedding yourself in communities, you're becoming a part of those communities, you are telling as many stories as you can possibly tell. You are telling stories for people that don't have voices. You are answering questions for people that have questions and don't know who to ask. You're doing all of these different things, but what does it amount to in the end? Right? Because people have different goals. I don't necessarily know if I want to be an anchor. I've seen what it looks like to be a primetime anchor on the largest scale of network news. I've seen what it looks like to be on the largest scale of local news. I've seen what it looks like to be in a small hometown. But I don't know if any of those is specifically for me, right? And then I live in this like cross section of loving sports, right? I love to be a part of, obviously I play flag football. I still, dabble with the volleyball from time to time. I now call play by play for volleyball. I, do what I can. I'm interested in sideline reporting, all these different things. And sometimes I worry that, this jack of all trades, master of none. I'm behind the camera, I'm in front of the camera, I'm writing, I'm doing all these different things, but what am I truly good at? What is my purpose? What is it that I am supposed to be really focusing on now so that I hone it for when I get older so that I can keep working towards it? And I feel like there are so many amazing stories to look at. I just actually just finished watching a panel with one of a good friend of my mentor, Ice Young. Dom was moderating a panel where Jennifer King, she's the first Black female coach on an NFL team. She's currently at North Carolina Central, and they were just talking about their journeys, and the work that they did to get there, and then also the idea that as they've completed these milestones, as they've worked their way up in their careers, there have been these like monumentous milestones that they've achieved, but it's like they're still in this phase of putting their head down and grinding. And it's like for me to feel some type of burnout because I don't know what I'm doing and I'm not even touching the peak of success is like, oh, and then it's like, how do I measure success? How do I know when I made it? I literally just said this the other day that like I feel like I did not take any wins in 2025. 2025 was a really hard year. I think 2025 gave me perspective and it allowed me to appreciate things more than I ever have in life. But it was hard and it sucked. It honestly sucked and I feel like I didn't accomplish anything. Now, I did achieve my goal. I wanted to be a reporter. I'm a reporter. I wanted to work in sports. I'm working in sports. I wanted to do play by play. I'm doing play by play. I wanted to play flag football. I'm playing flag football. I wanted to grow the social pages of flag football. I'm doing that. I wanted to grow my own, you know, community within my like personal branding. I'm doing that. But it doesn't feel like anything's getting done. Right? It feels like I'm doing all of these different things, grasping at all of these different straws, and it's not coming together in the hat. Like, I don't know. And I know that this is not a lone experience because whenever I say something like this on TikTok, everybody is like, same girl, same, like we're here, da 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 da. But like, what am I supposed to do and how do I fix it? Because I am a person who appreciates a goal. Okay, school was perfect for me. I did extremely well in school because there was always an end goal, right? So I'm doing all of this work so that I can get a good grade, so that I can graduate and go to college. Cool, boom, did that. Then I did all of this work in college, played volleyball, all of these different things so that I could graduate school. Boom. Okay, cool. Now we got to go back and do it again for our masters. Okay, boom. But like now that we're just on our own, what am what am I supposed to be doing? And I think I'm a person who has so many different interests and I think there is an intersection. They live there. My interests live there, but I fear that I lack focus and so that it's hard to really master one thing because I'm so busy worried about 3, 4 other things just all in a row. I do you know the last time that I picked up a pen or jotted down something in my notes as an author? I published a book of poems, an anthology of poems in 2020. And do you know the last time I wrote a poem? Because I don't. Sorry. I have not even conceptualized what it would be like to write book 2, right? And I don't even know if that's, something I want to do again. Like there are all of these things that cross my mind and I think that I give off a facade that I have it all together. But I'm genuinely so confused. Like I'm still trying to figure out what it is that is my end goal so that I can work towards it. And then on top of that, I'm 25. My parents are getting older. I just lost all of my grandparents, right? So what about that family aspect of it, right? I don't call my nieces and my nephew enough. I don't talk to my sister like I should. I don't talk to my friends like I should. I don't check on my family. All of these different things that I will also have to focus on because I'm a person who thrives on community and that's how I get grounded. That's how I am grounded. Being able to be home, being able to be around my friends, being able to talk to my family. And I think that, there's this idea that like, oh, I'm the little cousin that's doing these big things, but like in my head, I don't know what's going on. And I feel like all of these different things are happening at once, and it feels like I'm failing at all of them because I'm not excelling at any of them. So now what? And then like other things, all of these other things I have to consider, like, do I want a relationship? Do I want to have kids? Now is the time, and all of these things would be a domino effect for one another. Imagine I settle down, get in a relationship, start having kids. Now I compromise, or I jeopardize my relationship with my career, because that places all of those things on hold, or it shapes them differently. And so yeah, I'm literally having a midlife crisis. I don't really know what to do. And I feel like I'm looking for an answer in all of these different places. I'm trying to work on my relationship with God, so, that I feel confident enough not to question his plan. But baby, I don't know what's going on right now. Like, I'm a little I'm just a little confused. I'm a little perturbed. And I understand that this is something that other people are going through as well. And I know that like no experience is unique. But baby, I don't know. What's a girl to do? What is a girl to do? I literally just want to be great, and I don't know how to do it. Isn't that something? Like, how sway? Oh, yeah. But, I guess this was the first YouTube video of the year, so that's where I am. Maybe I can look back on this at the end of 2026 and, not be so confused. Maybe have answered a few of these questions. And maybe that's what we do. Like, what are the specific questions that I want to answer this year? Number one, what is it that I want to do? What would that role look like? Because I think that's one thing that I have identified. I know what the roles are that I don't want to do. But what is it that I would be comfortable doing, that I could work towards as a career? And maybe that will give me, some type of clarity there into what I want to focus on. And, then answering some of those like questions, like how do I create a happy balance? There's a Doechii song called Bloom, where she is like having a conversation with like potentially a therapist, and she's like, and I have to make sure my mom is straight, and I have to make sure my sister is straight, and I have to check in on my friends, and I have to, this, that, and the third. And her therapist is literally like, no, because you only have 24 hours in a day. And like, yes, but no, because if I don't do these things, they don't happen. Like, we get that. Like, if I don't reach out to these people, if I don't keep up with these relationships and make these connections, then they falter. And then what? Like, I don't know. So yeah, we need to find a happy medium, a happy balance, because I feel like I'm in a space where I'm teetering on burnout. And I hate that idea, because I feel like I'm not even doing enough to be anywhere remotely near burnout. But yeah, I don't know. I have so many questions. Like, my mind is just always going 1,000 miles a minute, and yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm doing my best. What questions do y'all be asking? Are y'all also having a midlife crisis? Like, am I absolutely delusional, or is like this only a thing on TikTok? Y'all be going through this too? Let me know something. Anyways, I have things coming up, so I will be active. Like and subscribe. Let me know something. Am I crazy, or am I just 25? Is this what everyone's doing? Yeah. Love you guys.
Just like a star. 'Cause baby girl, you shine. Just like a star. And we gon' do it big. Just like a star. And maybe get a crib. Just like a star. Hey, maybe